Hello, and welcome to my one woman podcast, Gigi Talks. I'm your host, Giada Caniza, and in this episode, I'm going to be reflecting on my short film project I made for my ACE Media Studies class. It's a thriller, and I'm going to be honest, this was my first time doing something like this, in which I had to direct, act, and edit myself, along with my partner. So I learned a lot along the way, and I hope this is useful to you for any future products or projects that you may have. So let's get into it. So my film is definitely a thriller, and I leaned into that genre with elements such as suspenseful music, dark filters, and sudden transitions. One scene that really demonstrates that is when Olivia swings the wooden plank and it cuts to black, and then you hear a banging sound. That sound was actually made with natural materials in the park just to give it a realistic and eerie vibe. As far as how we used or challenged conventions, we didn't have fancy equipment, so we filmed everything handheld on my iPhone. That ended up adding a raw, almost first-person feel, which kind of worked for our thriller style. I also used a filter and CapCut to make the footage look more intense, like the weather matched the mood of the scene. We didn't tackle a big social issue in this film, but there was something interesting about the way my partner Olivia and I worked around our personalities. We're both kind of introverted, so I thought it would be easier if I played the victim, which gave Olivia the chance to be more ominous and kind of in character without feeling awkward. Even her wearing a hat gave her more confidence. It was subtle, but I think it helped shape the vibe. Regarding my audience, I made this film with people my age in mind, teens and young adults who like thrillers or watch shows such as Dexter or You. I'm one of those people too, so I knew I wanted to create something suspenseful that felt familiar but still unique. The music I added was a big part of that, and without it, the film would have felt flat. With it, totally changes the mood. To distribute it, I uploaded the video to YouTube. It's easy, free, and public, plus I could just link it onto my Google site. And if I were releasing this as a real media product, I'd probably promote it through social media first to get some feedback and see how people react. I also think it'd be smart to reach out to true crime influencers or thriller content creators and maybe send them a little PR package to promote it. Since short films don't usually go to theaters, YouTube or even TikTok would be the best place for this kind of film. Now shifting focus to the production skills that it took to make this short film. When I started this, I barely knew how to use CapCut, and although I am a teen, I am not tech savvy. I'd edited small things before, but nothing like this. So I watched a few tutorials on YouTube and honestly just learned by doing it. A lot of trial and error. I also asked some people in class for feedback, such as if the transitions looked good or if the music fit the tone, and that seemed to really help me. I got better at explaining my ideas to Olivia too, especially after refreshing myself on media terms, so that's something I suggest. That made it easier to direct, even though we didn't have a tripod or anything of such. One challenge we had was filming scenes where both of us were in the frame. That's where Ethan came in. He's not an ACE Media student, but he volunteered to help us film those scenes, which made everything so much easier. Now that it's done, I feel way more confident, and next time I'd love to work with more people to get more ideas flowing. But honestly, for a first project, I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. In the future, I'd definitely collaborate with more students in class just to have a broader range of ideas, more opinions, and of course, more help with filming. Now, regarding the technology used during production and post production, I relied both on hardware and software. To film the project, I filmed it again on my iPhone. Then I transferred the footage to my iPad for both editing and better quality. CapCut, the editing app I used, allowed me to add music, sound effects, visual transitions, and filters. Editing on my iPad was way more efficient because of the large screen, and it gave me more control over precise cuts and adjustments that otherwise my phone wouldn't be able to achieve. Even though we didn't use advanced hardware like microphones or stabilizers, we used our surroundings creatively, especially for sound design. In terms of online tools, I used YouTube as my distribution platform, and I used Google Sites to showcase the final product, which was simple to just update and share. And while I didn't have to use any cloud services for storage, I did manage to file transfers between my devices, which was still effective for a project of this scale, a maximum of 2 minutes. In the future, if I had any projects that were 10, 15 to 20 minutes or more, I would definitely consider using a storage service or platform. That way I can still get good quality for my film. The use of these tools, from filming to editing to distribution, gave me a full understanding and appreciation of the production process as a film fanatic, and it helped me realize that strong storytelling does not require expensive tools. It requires definitely a lot of planning, a lot of creativity, and the willingness to learn new techniques, because you will need a lot of motivation and it is time consuming. It's not something you can just procrastinate on. This project allowed me to develop not only technical skills, but also a better understanding of visual storytelling, collaboration, and how to engage a specific audience, because there are a lot of elements that go into creating a film for a specific genre, for a specific audience, that you know will reach to them. From the concept to the storyboard to the final product, I was challenged to direct, act, and edit, all while working within limitations of school and life, and still aiming to create an effective thriller. I look forward to using these experiences to improve on future products, and now with more confidence and a clear creative vision, I think I'll be able to achieve that. So yeah, this project definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone, but I think that's what made it. Once again, I am your host, Giada Kaniza. Thank you for listening in to my talk, and thank you for listening to my reflection. I hope you tune into the next episode of Gigi Talks.